everybody, hello, and welcome to day 4. I'm just checking the calendar. Day 4 of our September daily. It's gone quickly, isn't it? I wonder if we'll feel like this when we're at the 16th and 17th and so on. I wonder if we'll feel like it's not going so quickly. I'm really grateful to all of you who are joining in this fun, I shall call it fun, and posting your pictures on the group. Honestly, I've run out of superlatives. They're all gorgeous. They really are. And the effort that you've put into them, it's fabulous. I'm so appreciative. Thank you very much for that. It's even if you don't want to, don't feel that you can show your pictures, although I don't know why, we're a really nice group. But if you feel that you can't at this stage, that's fine. Just play along, and maybe sometime during the September month you'll feel that you can post your pictures, and we'll all love to see them. So today we rolled the journal boat as our designer, and wow, I mean, I think we are all fans of the journal boat. Vicky is a member of our group. We're happy to have her, and she has her own Facebook group which is called Friends of the Journal Boat. And really, nip along there, not now, after the live, nip along on Facebook to Friends of the Journal Boat and join up, because she does fabulous freebies. And it's a lovely group because everybody is sharing the projects they've made with the journal boat paper. So yeah, Friends of the Journal Boat. So here we are. So I rolled the journal boat as the designer, and I went through all the kits again and again. I could hardly decide. But I ended up on Blue Memento. It's gorgeous. They all are gorgeous. And today the prompt is stamping. So that's the 4th. Right, that's there.
Say hi to Ligea Amboy, who's never joined us before.
Hello.
And the Purple Outhouse.
Oh, Purple Outhouse. So the first one, I didn't quite catch the name.
Ligea Amboy.
Ligea. Wow, what a fancy name.
Not be pronounced like that, of course.
Yeah, but it's not pronounced like that. It's not coming up on my feed. Oh, there you go. Ligea. Hi. And the Purple Outhouse too. Welcome to you all. Well, this is the altered book that I've decided to use for my December, rushing the year along, September daily. It's a book that we used, the same type of book that we used for our January daily, and I like the layout, the fact that it's landscape rather more than portrait, and the pages aren't huge. So this is the book that I've altered, and I've taken pages out to allow me to have 30 pages left, one for each day of September. And we've been progressing. That was day 1, that was day 2, this is day 3, which I like actually. I like day 3. Well, I like them all really, but which brings us on to this, day 4. Now then, today is going to be a bit of a kind of probably more the mini album side of the junk journaling, I think. And Terry, you may be familiar with this page already. It was a page I think I did, or something similar, for the Mariposa journal. But it's nice. It looks nice. Well, I think it looks nice. So what I have done is I've printed out some pages from the journal book, from the Blue Mementos. This was the paper that I used for Kyung's, the cover of Kyung's handbag journal, and it's really one of my favourite papers ever. I absolutely love it. It just looks like it's fabric. It's beautiful. So what I've done is, first thing I did was cut out some black card. Now I'm using black card because I've got black card. You could use blue, you could use cream, you could use whatever you've got. And I've just cut out, as we normally do, a piece that's going to fit onto there, leaving a little margin around. As I say, I've just used black. Now this says, what did it say it was? 210?
200.
200 GSM. So it's you know, it's not dead thick card or anything, but it is fairly substantial paper. So that's that. And then what I've done with the journal book paper is just cut out a piece to go on top that is just a little bit smaller than that black card. Okay, so that's the first thing. That's the first thing to do. Let's move Mr. Green to one side.
Hi, Nancy.
Hiya, Nancy. Fancy Nancy. Hiya, Will. And Mike. I haven't seen Mike for a while. Has he been around? I think he's probably quite sad because Jen's left him and reappeared as Jet.
She's Gen S today.
She's Gen S today. She can't just flip-flop like that.
He's probably been working for a living.
Yeah, probably has. To keep Jen in her expensive crafty habits.
Keep her in the custom she's accustomed to.
Yes, exactly. Right, so that's going to get stuck onto there. Now, what's going to happen here is a belly band, a tummy tuck, as we call them in our group. So what you need to do is measure your black card, measure this piece of card here, top to bottom, and add an inch on. Whatever this measures, add an inch onto it. So it will be like that. So you'll have a spare ½ inch at the top and a spare ½ inch at the bottom. And then what I want you to do is score ½ inch at each side and fold that in. Crease it in with your bone folder. Like that. Right. Now what we're going to do is stick this onto here. And yes, I do know that I haven't got my... I was wondering if that's just a little bit on the long side. Let's have a look. I think it'll be okay. I've got pencil marks on mine which are annoying me somewhat, so let me just find a rubber and erase those because they're just going to wind me up otherwise. There we are, right. So I'm going to use double-sided. If I'd been organised I would have had that laid out, but I'm not, so I haven't. I must put this stencil somewhere, it's just getting ruined. So I'm going to put double-sided along both of these flaps here. The way that we did it when we did the mini album was whenever we were doing construction we used double-sided tape, and it worked well for us with a mini album, so I'm just going to carry on doing that here. The width of this you pretty much can make whatever you want. I'll tell you in a sec what mine measures in case you want to do the same. So just a bit of double-sided on that ½ inch flap that you've folded over, creased over, like that. If I'm going too fast and you're not following what I'm doing, please ask. I'd rather you ask now than feel, oh, I can't do that, because you can. It's just there's quite a bit of folding and manipulating and whatever. Now I quite want this sort of in the middle. So let me tell you what this measures, this tummy tuck. It measures 4 3/4. More pencil. And so obviously the centre of it is going to be, says she obviously, the centre of 4 3/4 is 2 3/8. Wow. Is that right even? 2 3/8. So I'm going to make a little pencil mark there at 2 3/8. And I'm going to measure this, which measures 8 1/2. That's a bit easier. 4 1/4. So I'm going to put a mark there. And then when I marry these two together, I know that they will be in the middle of this page. So let's take off our release tape. If only I had a knife. Oh, come on. I can't be losing things already. This is just ridiculous. It's got to be here somewhere. Where are you? Where on earth is it? Alright, okay, well, that's gone lost. Oh, Mr. F's scuffling. He's got one. Yeah, he's got one. Ooh, be careful. Right, I'm not used to dealing with this. Oh, but it works. Look at that, it works. I'm just taking one end off at the minute. And it's the end with the measure on. So I'm lining up my two measurements, getting it even with the bottom of the page. And there we are. So now I can rub this out before I forget about it. So now I've lost my rubber. Is there a black hole on this desk or something? There it is. I really, honestly don't know what's happened to my knife. Little Catkin's out and about a bit more nowadays, you know. It could be him. He could be the guilty one. I do actually think that's too long, so I'm going to take that back to my scoreboard and score. No, I just can't see it. I have no idea where it is. I just want to score really quite close to that, but it's just a little bit too long. So I'll score there. It's not even an eighth of an inch, but I just want it to be right at this stage. So let's fold that in on our new crease line. Is that the new one? Yeah, I think so. Let's try that. No, that's not the new one. Let's just pull it a little bit like that. Okay, I think that should be it now. Let's have a look. Let's have a look and see. No, it still needs to be more. The crease line is there. Why don't you want to crease on it? I'll crease it this way first. Then it might be more inclined to crease the other way. Honestly, all this, it's like the tiniest little amount anyway. It's just making my life difficult. That has absolutely got to be it now. I'm running out of puff. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's fine now. Yeah, that's lovely. I'm happy with that. Okay, so let's take the release paper off. I'm not used to this new scalpel, but I will get used to it because my other one has gone on the missing list. Right, so what you want to do is just push it like that, so you get it nice and straight. So there we are. After all of that, we've finally got a tummy tuck belly band on our baseboard. So now the thing is, we want to put this in, and it goes in there, underneath there, and that way then you can't see any of the hingy sort of stuff, and it leaves the back still perfectly flat for sticking into our Mr. Green. So we need to put glue on here. The question at this stage is, do I want to ink these papers? Well, actually, I think the answer is no. I really, really like them like they are. They're gorgeous and bright, and I don't want to bring them down at all. So I'm just gonna, I think where where my safety pin, the paper clip was. It's chewed my paper a bit, but it's going to get glued down, it'll be fine. So this is kind of a different way that we do things for mini albums as opposed to junk journals. We wouldn't do this necessarily for a junk journal this way. We just stick the tummy tuck, the belly band, on top of the page. This is a much tidier way of going on, to be honest with you. Right, so let's see if we can get this under here. Look at that. Don't stick there, I need to pull you a bit more. So get your borders even and stick it down. I wouldn't recommend that you do that part without glitter glue because it dries so quickly you wouldn't have a chance to get it through and then stick it down. So I recommend one of your wetter glues. Your tacky glue would be perfect. Anything like that. I use Collal, as those of you who watch me know. But yeah, something that's going to give you a bit of wriggle room, to be honest. So I'm just going over this with a braid. You don't need to. Excuse me. And I've got just a little bit of glue there. So just wipe that up when I see it, because it does tend to stick out on black. Although that Collal you can rub off later on with friction. It just balls up and comes off. So there we are. Excellent. We've got our base. We've got our tummy tuck in place. And I selected this from Victoria's kit. I just think it's beautiful. They're all beautiful, but that's just gorgeous, isn't it? And that's going to go onto our tummy tuck. But before we put that on, there's always something before, isn't there, with this? I want to have two flippy flappies here, and I've cut them out already. Well, I've cut one out. I think the other needs just a little bit of a trim, maybe not, I can't remember where I got to with it. And I'm not, for this, I'm not going to round the corners. I prefer square corners to rounded corners. If you want to round yours, then round them before you stick it down. Round the black and then round that, and then they'll sit nicely for you. Don't push them both up together and round them. They just don't. It just doesn't work. So this is going to go on this side before we stick this down, okay? And it's going to go on top of here, and I'll tell you how much it measures in a sec. So this needs just to be trimmed down. So I'm holding it level with the bottom, and there's just a tiny little bit needs to come off that there. So let's just take the Timmy trimmer and do that. It's just a smidgen, but the thing with these type of projects, a smidgen looks like a million miles if you're out. So let's just check that now for height. That's lovely. That's going to go there. That, of course, is going on top of the tummy tuck. And then this piece, is that the piece I chose? Yeah, that's going to go here. So there's all a lot of doing things before you do other things goes on in this. And it is a bit brain contorting. So you might have to watch this video through a few times just to get the hang of kind of what I'm doing and why. So the next thing then, now, don't stick that down yet. We'll come back to that. But what I need to do now is put some double-sided down here.
Your flippy floppies set off the naughty step gang.
Oh, and well, the mist all flows gorgeousness yesterday. You started it off. I love a nice flippy flappy that isn't floppy. Judy, I'm not good with flippy flappies. Mine end up all wonky and kerfuffly. Kerflooey. Oh. Well, You've started off quite a craze in this house with buttons, I can tell you. Some people, not me, and there's only one other person lives here, has gone quite buttonhead mad. Proof will be shown later. Right, so while I've got it loose like this, I might as well just stick my front piece on, which is it right? Does it need just a whisker off it, I think? Yeah, just a whisker. It's quite exact, this. If you like working to precision, etc., this will be up your street. Because it is, you have to be fairly exact to get a kind of good outcome, really. So let's have a look. That goes that way. Yeah, that's lovely. So let's stick this one down now onto the black. See, I'm sorry that it's sort of so exact, and it's I know it's difficult. You won't be able to catch all the measurements, etc. Whilst live chat's going on and flippy flappy business.
Jen says she has a special bra for her flippy flappies.
Now,
I miss Jean.
Now, is she talking about Jet? That's the thing. Is it Jet that's got a special bit of underwear? Does Mike even know about Jet? I mean, this is a question, isn't it? Is Jet just a secret that she keeps to herself and doesn't share with Mike? Could be. Right, so that's on there nicely. Got our double-sided on here. But on the back of that, I want to put some journaling, because otherwise there's going to be no journaling whatsoever going on in this book. On this page, should I say. I'm not making a book today. So I've cut out some cream. It's just decent quality paper, really. It's not card. And I just want to make sure that I've got a nice border all the way around there. And I haven't, it's just marginally too long. So let's just trim that off. See that we're all right now. Yeah, that's lovely. It's not even 1/8 of an inch, that, but it's enough. Particularly, I think when you're using black, it's enough. But like I said at the beginning, you don't have to use black. This would look really nice if you had blue card. I just didn't have any. I had some, but it just wasn't quite thick enough, I didn't think. Now, this prompt is stamping. So somewhere we've got to get some stamping in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp on the journaling side. That's the pretty side. This is the journaling side. Did I tell you how much that measured? I don't recall telling you. It actually measures 4 3/4, and I've scored at 1/2 inch. Okay, so this part just measures 4 1/4. This is 4 1/4. It's 1/2 inch here that I've folded over. Okay. Oh my goodness! I think the claw is about to make an appearance. Let's blinking clear some space before it wrecks everything. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Oh, what's on the cart today? Because there's nothing in the cart.
Gone supersized today.
Watch out for this. That is supersized. Are you really going to eat all of that?
Not during the live, but in the fullness of.
Here it comes. Yeah, look at all these red signs here. You're all right if you're a vegetarian. You can eat it if you're a veggie. But for everybody else, including vegetarians, there's a heck of a lot of fat, saturated fat, sugars and salt in there.
Or taste, as we call it.
And who is this? Who is this on the top? I see you've had to put luggage straps on this one.
Need to break out the luggage strap.
Let me see who this is.
Oh.
Take the... There we... Oh! Yeah, it's a buttonhead. It's a buttonhead person. Let me get a piece of card so you can see him. There you are. What have you started, Judy? What have you started with your buttonheads? So there he is. He's Mr. Buttonhead riding high today on top of the cart. I don't know where to put him. In the bin. No! Don't put Mr. Buttonhead in the bin. There you are. Take him away.
For those that can't read upside down.
Yeah, it's rich and indulgent triple chocolate Swiss roll made with rich dark chocolate buttercream. There you go. Right, I might just get organised again with what I'm doing. Oh, who needs the card? Let's see what people say. Oh, Judy thinks it's hysterical. She would. Yeah, it's Mr. Buttonhead, Keon. Professor Buttonhead, Jen says. Professor Buttonhead. Right, I've got a stamp on here that I don't want on there. I don't know if I laid the other stamp out. If I did, I don't know where it is. Right, I'm going to... Oh, yes, I have laid this out. I'm going to use these stamps, which are sort of sunflowery, flowery sort of stamps from Rare Earth. I got them on eBay. They were cheap. Hence, they are now mine. Right, look, let's see where that stamp's gone. Everything's missing today. Oh, come on, please don't go missing.
What have you lost now?
A stamp. There it is. Phew. So it's the one that goes there. It's that little sort of kind of sunflowery sort of stamp. Let's pop those there out of my way. Right, this is the thing that we're doing. So this is going to go onto here for journaling. So I quite want the stamp to go down here. So let's pop it onto my thingy. Yeah, everybody that said I would break my magnets was quite right. I've broken my magnets. Or as I choose to call it, got an extra one. Right. So I want that sort of there, like that. Is that one clear yet? Now I'm going to ink it up with archival ink, but actually in hickory smoke. Hickory smoke is a real grey colour. And it's, you know, if you do it black, you can't paint or crayon or anything over it. Whereas if you do it grey, you can. You can make it sort of disappear, really, pretty much. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Right. So I'm going to wipe that with a wet wipe and remove this. Lovely. I'll just leave that stamp in there and then I know where it is. So if I'm looking for it in a bit, can you just remind me that's where it is? Because that's highly probable. Because I've now lost everything else. Here it is. It was upside down. Don't worry. Right, so this is now going to get stuck onto here. Oh my goodness, it's a day of losing things and I hate it when it's like that. So that looks pretty as it is, but we are actually going to colour it. So I want to glue this down. I'd really, really love it if some of you had a go at trying to do this, because I know I'm making it sound difficult. It's absolutely not. You just have to be aware of the sort of order, the order of putting things in. That's pretty much it. Right, so let's stick this onto here. leaving a nice little margin all the way around. Very nice. So let's put the lid back on my ink, shall I? Okay, so that can now get stuck onto, here's our page. Just a quick recap for those of you that are going, I haven't got a clue. Here's our page that's going to get stuck into Mr. Green. Here's the tummy tuck. Here's the paper that's going to go over the tummy tuck, but not yet. Because before we do that, we want to attach this flap to this side, and there will be another one coming. I know, I bet you can't believe your luck, for the other side. So let's just burnish that down. And yeah, you won't believe it, I've lost the other one now. Let's see if I can get it off with this, like that.
The other's got the rear.
Oh, okay.
I removed it to safety.
Fair enough. So this then, you want to stick right onto that side. Level top and bottom and level with the edge. Like that. Okay. So open that up. Burnish that down really, really well. Bobby is once more doing the sound effects. He's snoring his head off. He has to take the opportunity when Catkin's in his bed. Excuse me. Didn't mean that to happen. Right, so this is the paper that I've selected for the front flap. It's going to go there, and you just see a little bit of lace from this paper peeking out, which I quite like. So let's just see that we've got these at the right size. So I'm just measuring that against the other, and it just needs a little bit off it to there. I'll do that first. Do it stage by stage, otherwise you get in the muddle, don't you? Right. Okay. So now we have an up and a down, because this pattern's got this page has got a pattern on it. So this is going to go here. Like that. This paper is going to go on top of it. So let's just see if that needs trimming down. Yes, it does. Just a smidge. I'm not marking this because it is just a smidge, so I hope I don't get it wrong. A smidge of a smidge. So let's try that then. Maybe could do with just another smidge of smidgeness. I'm sure we'll be all right there. So make sure that you get this on the right way up. This is the left hand side here, and this measures just slightly less than the other one. This measures 4 1/8 that way, so it must be 4 5/8 in total. 4 5/8, and I've put a line down there at 1/2 inch. It really doesn't matter. You know, you could make the tummy tuck wider and alter the size of these. It really doesn't matter. Now then, one thing that we must remember, this is the critical bit, and the bit that I always forget, is to add a magnet to this page. I'll just get my magnets out. Because what occurs is that goes like that, this goes over that like that, and they're just going to flop. They're just going to be floppy flip-flops. And as we've already ascertained, we don't like flippy floppy flip flops. So in order to keep that in place, I'm going to put a magnet here, and then when I put this actually into Mr. Green, I'm going to put a magnet on the back as well. So I want it on the top, really, I think. Yeah, I'm going to put it on the top. And just sort of, these are all stuck together. Can I just explain a little bit of something about magnets? Because everybody will be saying, what size magnets are you using? The size of your magnets is pretty immaterial. You could have big magnets, maybe not quite that big, and they wouldn't be as strong as these. It's not the size. I always buy 10mm by 1mm, 10mm across, 1mm thick, because they fit into the journals properly. But I've got 3 different pull strengths in my drawer for the same size magnets. So it's the pull strength that is the important part. Okay, this one's going through quite a lot. This is going through the back bit, the tummy tuck and the paper that's go on top of that, this, and the card that's in between, then the journal paper, this and this. So it needs to have a bit of strength about it. So I'm using the strongest ones I have, which are 1.6. Okay. I don't know if you can see that. Actually, it says 12mm by 1mm. I was lying. But they're by a company called Magnet Expert, and the pull strength, which it says there, is 1.6. Okay?
They're north ones, aren't they?
Yeah, north. That's just that's not necessary, is it? We don't need to worry about that.
No, it's just because those ones are self-adhesive.
Yeah, the north. Yeah.
The adhesive's on the south.
Yeah.
Is all it's telling you.
But it's Mr. F just complicating things. Just go for, I mean, I've got 1.6, I've got 7.3, and I've got some other ones in here somewhere. The 7.3 I'd use for when it's not really holding much down. You know, you don't need a massive sort of pull strength. And the ones I've got in between, I think, are 1.2. You know, just try it out. Try it out where you want it, and make sure that, you know, you're using the appropriate sized pull strength magnet. Right, okay, this, as Mr. F pointed out, has got self-adhesive on it. So I can stick it onto here. Let's just find out where the middle is, shall we? That measures 6 5/8. Let's say it measures 6 1/2, shall we? So 3 1/4 would be half. So about there. But the other thing about magnets is that once you put them down, you've got to get this paper over them. And what happens is it forces the paper up, and it's very difficult then getting this edge here to stick down properly. So what I would suggest is that you put them in a little way from the edge to allow the extra bit to stick down there. Okay? Is everybody with me? Shaz and Tommy are off to the naughty step.
Mike says he hears you, size doesn't matter.
Is that what you took out of that, Mike?
It's the pull strength.
Is that really what you took out of that, Mike?
It is.
Huh?
Mike says the quote of the day, it's the pull strength.
Nobody's even... Right, I'm going to take the self-adhesive off the back of this and stick it down where I think is the appropriate place, which is there. Okay, so that's now stuck down. So now I'm going to stick my paper over it. I'm just going to carry on like I'm talking to adults. I'm glad you're having a nice time. And I did wonder whether or not to do this. But I think if you apply your ears when you watch it back, you'll be fine. You'll see what I'm up to. You might not like the page when it's finished, so you can take the prompt, which is stamping, and do your own. So there we are, we've got a nice margin around there. The magnet is safely tucked in inside there, and make sure that you've carefully pushed this edge of the paper down where the magnet is inclined to push it up. So there we go. Lovely. Right, so we are progressing. Let me just put my magnets away. Can I please tell you, do not put magnets anywhere near children or pets. It really doesn't do you much good to swallow them at all. So the next thing to do is to put our piece of journaling on, which is going to go there and needs just a little bit trimmed off it. So I'm just going to trim it there, because for this, size does matter. Has to be exact. There we go. So I want once again to put a stamp on here. I think it's just going to make it look, enhance it. That's what it's going to do. It's going to enhance it. So I want it down this corner. Get the stamping platform out again. So it's down this corner that I want it. This corner, thank you. And I'll just pop it that way like I did on the other one, but opposite corner. Hickory smoke again. You'll see when I start to colour in what I mean, it just kind of disappears. It's great to see, you can see it perfectly, but once you start adding colour to it, it just kind of disappears. Of course, if you want to stamp in black or blue to match the kit, that's equally fine. That's perfect, I can see that. It's taken me ages today to prep all this. I know it doesn't look like it. I'm aware of that. It does not look like it.
Kathleen thinks this Mr. Green is a little more difficult than the last one.
Well, I thought I'd move it up a gear. I thought you all had such expectations of me, to be honest. I didn't know if I could live up to it. So I've moved it up a gear. Don't worry, there will be plenty of easy pages as well. And there will be some days when it'll have to be a video, I'm afraid. For example, towards the end of the month, we've got the chimney sweep coming, and we can't say no because he's a difficult fella to get hold of. So that probably, and all he said was he'd be here in the afternoon. Well, he might turn up in the middle of a live. I wouldn't do. So there's that. We've also got our ordinary, normal, not COVID vaccinations, our normal flu vaccination as well to fit in this month. I can't remember what date it was. And I've also got a diabetic eye checkup to go and do. So that's 2 or 3 things that might take us out the game for one day. But don't be alarmed, because I will always do a video. I won't leave you high and dry so you've got nothing to be getting on with, because that's no good.
Bobby's due a haircut as well.
Oh yeah, Bobby's due a haircut. So yeah, I mean, there's things that happen, you know, like in your lives, just life. Right, so here we are, back to this again. So we've got the band on itself, we've attached this to this side. So now what we need to do is attach this to this side. And we've got our magnet in here. We've got no magnet anywhere else, so it's not going to stick to anything quite yet, because they need something else to stick to be attached to rather more than stick to, I guess is the right way of going on. Is Mike still going on about how size doesn't matter? It's amused me. So let's just burnish that down really well, as we always do, and take the release tape off. Like that, and then just pop that on. So we want this. If you're not very feeling very brave about sticking the double-sided on first, pop a little bit of glue on there and it'll give you a little bit of fiddle factor, a little bit of time to move it around if you haven't got it quite where you wanted it first time. Just check that it's flush along there, and then it should be flush along there, but it doesn't want to be. Go on. Okay, that is not the flushest bit of work ever done, but it's on now. It's on, so it's on. So that goes there and that goes there. So there we have it. It's coming along nicely. And what we can do now is stick this on the tummy tuck, because we've finished now attaching things to it. So this is what it looks like when you flip everything open. Doesn't it look pretty? It looks so pretty. So let's stick this down. Take your time when you're doing this at home. I beseech you, I implore you, because honestly, a millimetre here or there and it can end up looking right cockeyed. There we are. So that's that. So here's our lovely flippy flappies. That's gonna this is gonna shut first, and then that. And when we've got the magnet on the back, it'll all click shut really nicely. Now then, another thing that I think we need for this is a journaling card behind the tummy tuck, because otherwise, what's the point in having a tummy tuck? So I have selected this paper, also from, I think it's from Blue Memento. It might be Blue Garden, I can't remember. It's one of Vicky's anyway. And I've cut out my journaling card. It's going to be this size, which just goes in behind there really nicely, but still allows you to see that lovely blue of the background. So I'll tell you what this measures. It measures 7.5 by 6. So that's the size that I've opted for. So I'm going to measure this now. Now the way to do it is just allow your border here at the bottom, so your black's sticking over just a little bit, and then make a mark allowing for your border there. Okay, so that's your pencil mark there. And then for here, allow your border, bring it along, make a mark there, allowing for your border, and then trim that off. And trim this side too, if I can see my pencil mark. Bobby's really snoring his head off. Oops, that's not square. Right. So this should all fit together really quite nicely. Let's hope so. So that goes onto there, and we've got a border that we allowed for all the way around, so that's great. Let's get that stuck down. So it's quite a good introduction to using magnets, I would say, because there's only one pair that I used. You know, some of these more difficult mini album pages have got many magnets in. Lovely. That's just lovely. What beautiful paper this is from the journal book. It's gorgeous. So I'm just going to leave that for a minute. I'm just going to check that this cream card that I'm using for journaling is going to fit on here. Yeah, that's lovely. Now I have the dilemma of what stamps to use. Which stamps to use? This is from the same kit, and it's really nice. It would go there very nicely. Let's see what else we've got on the kit. That, I think I did that in Keong's handbag journal, and I just stamped it out very plainly in case you wanted to paint it, because it's really pretty. That's that one. Oh, there's that one. I think that one might do. I don't think I want anything too big. Let's have a look and see. There's no point putting a big piece of journaling in if you're just going to print flowers everywhere over it. So yeah, I love that one, but I think it might be just a little bit too big on this occasion. So let's put that back. Yeah, I've got this one, which definitely going to match with the other ones. Probably needs to go over that side actually. And I've got some sort of smaller bits.
Mike says the papers are wonderful. He told Jen she needs to get them if she doesn't have them.
Mike, you are so lovely. I've lifted this up and now I've lost my stamp. They are lovely, Mike. Oh, it's there. Hanging on. Yeah. If I just pick the other one up now. Oh yeah. They're very clingy. So I'm wondering if I can make a little sort of collage type thing of these two stamps. That going up there. If I don't stamp the thing. And that a little bit higher, and that there. I think that'd be all right. Do you think? I reckon. I'm going to wait till I get them in the doodah. Press. Don't lose it at this stage. Don't lose it. We're nearly there. We are so nearly there. Just a nice bit of colouring after this to come. Right, so this is the side. So I'm going to put that up there. And then that there, I think. I'll stamp this fella first. But I don't want to stamp his stem. Oh, they're appearing everywhere. They're mad. Right, so I'm just going to stamp the flowery sort of bit of this. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. And then I'm going to see if I can fit this in here. Yeah, of course I can. Why could I not? Let's pop that there. I think that's nice. So you see this hickory smoke, it's so sort of light. but yet you can still see it, so you can colour in perfectly. Excellent. We haven't had to double stamp any of these. They've all turned out really well. Okay. So let's put that away. Let's have a drink of the good old rum and coke. Cheers.
I'll read you messages, will you?
So sorry. So sorry, my funny bone is tired today, so I've just have my listening ears on. Oh, do you? Do you indeed, Lorna? I'm not sure I ever had it to lose, Fiona. Oh, Shaz, you've got plenty. We all need to go to Shaz and have a play with her stamps. No, Tommy, that is the beauty of YouTube. We can watch it over and over. Michelle, sorry, Miss P. Many of us have already lost it. Oh, I'm sorry. Lost it years ago, Keong says. Stamping, one of my favourite things to buy from Lorna. Yeah, Lorna's stamps are supreme. They really are. Go to her Etsy shop, Tailor-Made Journals, and have a look at them. If you like shabby chic, you're just in heaven. I blame Fiona. Having known her for years, all this time she has been enabling me. Not all the time exactly, and you're pretty good at enabling yourself. Yeah, I've known you for many years, Shaz. Many.
Mike says rum and coke today.
Yeah, rum and coke. I've given up on the gin and orange. I thought it was a bit... I was fed up of it, to be honest. Just wanted a change. I could have gone for Bacardi and coke, but I thought rum and coke was a bit more meaty. You all know, don't you? I haven't got any alcohol in it. I'm just kidding. I don't
like to give your liver a varied diet.
Yeah, I like to give my liver a varied diet. We were watching a programme here, it's years ago now, I guess, about this family. They were all overweight, and they were making this documentary about them, trying to get them to lose weight, you know, as a family. And the bloke, the daddy, the husband, he said, "Oh, I don't want to end up like my sister." He said she lost the use of her arms and had to change the telly channel with a straw. Like, that's the worst thing that could ever happen to you. You know, how are you going to change the telly channel? But talking of varied diets, they'd said to him, you know, that you've got to have a sort of healthy, varied diet. So he proudly announced that, yes, he did have a healthy, varied diet, because he had different types of sausages every night. Oh, my goodness. I can't remember what they were called now. Yeah, the Cholas. I don't know if anybody in the UK watched them. I mean, it was sad in its own way, to be honest, because they really didn't understand what on earth they were supposed to be doing. Just going to lightly go over that. Right. So there we go. That goes, and it has got text on the back of this, so if you're using that page, make sure you get it the right way up. So there we have it. There is our page.
Mike says classy, Miss P.
Classy chassis, that's me.
And Sharon would like to know where them stamps you're using are from.
We got them on eBay, didn't we? They are a company called Rare Earth. And I don't always, in fact very infrequently, do I go for cling stamps. I really like rubber stamps best. But I must say, these have come up trumps today, haven't they? They haven't missed a stamp at all. So I'm really very pleased with those. I got, Mr. F bought them for me. I've got several sets, 3 sets I think. This one, which is all the florals, and the dicky birds, which is gorgeous. But once again, brilliant if you want to paint into them. And this one, which is more sort of trees and leaves, that sort of thing. Really useful as well. Useful stamps. And I think, did you say you paid £4 each for them?
Yes.
£4 each. You got them for. It's really, honestly, guys, it's really worth your while keeping a lookout on eBay. There's some great things come up. I suspect a lot of it is people clearing out other people's houses, and they have no idea how much anything's worth, so they just bung it all on eBay. Right, so this is our page, and it's going to go into Mr. Green looking like this. This will be on a magnet, and it flips out like that. This flips out like that. And there's a big journaling card behind there. So there's lots of journaling on this today. But I want to just, if you'll indulge me, just colour these in. And I'm not using anything fancy today because I think I've strained your brain enough today, to be honest. I know that if you want to do this, you're probably going to have to watch it a few more times, and I'm sorry for that. But sometimes it's good to do things, you know, that push us out of our comfort zone, let's say. I mean, that's a well-worn phrase these days, but, you know, it's what I feel that this probably isn't in many junk journalers' wheelhouse, really. But it looks nice when it's done. So I am going to use my colouring pencils. These aren't ink tens, they're nothing like that. They are just colouring pencils. So use yours or raid the kids or whatever. I can't get that in under there. Right, and I'm going to do mine blue to go with the whole thing of the journal, of the page. I'm determined to make this page into a journal. And I've looked at 3 blues that I thought kind of go with it. And a couple of greens and whatever, but I'll show you as I go along. And I don't intend to make a meal out of this for once. This is the darker one, so I'm going to be guided by where the shadows are on the stamp itself, and there's not really any great skill attached to this.
Perhaps come in a little closer, shall we? Will we do that?
Yeah, if you like. So I'm going where this is my medium blue colour, and I'm going where the shadows on the stamp are telling me that it's darker than the rest of it, and that's all. Nothing more complicated than that. Gone over the edge there. My mother would not be happy. As a child, that was always my instructions when the coloured pencils came out. Don't go over the edge. It's probably how you learn best, actually, by going over the edge. But I don't think she was much into modern art. So just, you don't need to take hours over this, but you can. If you want to, you can. And ordinarily, you know me, I would take yonks over doing this. Because I like that sort of thing. But I did come to the decision today to use coloured pencils because it would be quicker. Because first off, I had all my watercolours out. Then I put them away, then I got all the Inktense crayons out. Then I put them away and I got my crayons out. But you don't need to be too careful. Follow the lines. This is the beauty of that hickory smoke. If you go over them, you can't see the hickory smoke anymore. And it looks like you've drawn them yourself. Which, if you have that capability, do that by all means. So there we are, we're nearly all the way around. This bit here. Right, so now I'm going to take the lighter one. Forward just a bit. There we go. Actually, I lied. I'm going to take the darker one. And I'm just going to look where things are overlapping and where something is down beneath something else. Whoops. So this petal here is underneath the one on top. This one is underneath that one. So it's always darker if something's underneath. The sun isn't going to get to it. There's one here on top. So just carefully go around and see where you think one petal is lying under another, and just use a slightly darker colour shade, or grey if you haven't got anything else, and just put those little bits of shadows in. Right, now I'm going to go to the lighter colour and basically just colour everything in that's left, and then we'll see if it looks alright, needs any more, but I think it's probably going to be fine. Try not to press on too hard with your crayons, because you'll get lines in the paper. Am I in the wrong place?
Nope.
So it's, if you've got them, 3 tones that are very similar. And it's quite enjoyable, you know, when you're not doing a live or whatever. It is a really enjoyable thing to do, I think, colour in. It's possibly one of my favourite things to do. So we're nearly there. I'm not going to make you watch me colour all of them in, because that would just be cruelty. And I'll show you at the beginning of tomorrow's what they all look like. It's just something to spruce up the journaling on this page, really. There we are. So let's have a look and see if I need to add any more dark to that. I don't think so. I'm just going to take the medium one. Let's come down from the top a little bit. Okay, so now the centre, and I'm going to use again 3 colours, a light, a medium and a dark of the same sort of shade really. This one's called Naples Ochre, sorry it was in German, Walnut Brown and Gold. So yeah, it's also in German, which I don't speak, so that didn't help. Right, so I'm just going to go around in circles here, which puts the pigment down but doesn't make marks on your paper, just lightly like that, in this centre section. So that's a sort of even coverage really of the gold, I think it was called. And then I'm going to go in with my lighter one into here. It's lighter and it's brighter, so it's just giving us an idea of a bit of light up there. And in the centre, and then I'm going to use the darker brown round the outside, but just at this side, not on there, and it'll give it the idea that it just looks like it's turning in the light. And it's very easy to do. Don't say you can't do this, because you absolutely can. So that just gives it a little bit of darkness there. And I just need a darker colour. Oh well, black. Let's go for black. Just want it just tiny little bit in round here. And I'm not making it a straight line, I'm just dots and dashes and doodles around here. Maybe some little circles, because this sort of flower always does seem to have little circles. This sort of flower, I think, is a sunflower, and I don't think you get blue sunflowers, but you know, it's our land, isn't it? We can make whatever colour. So I hope you can see that that's sort of tinted it, and it looks like it's on an angle to the light. So this, I'm taking a light green and I'm just covering the whole stem like that. And then I'm going to take a slightly darker green and I'm going to go down one side of it very finely like that. just to give it the look of a bit of light. So there we go, that's that. Didn't take very long at all. I hope it looks all right for you. So we've also got to do this one and the one on the back of the big journaling card. But I know that you don't want to sit and watch me do all of those. I will do them before the next live. Yeah, Nancy, colouring. Nancy, sewing from home. Yeah, I mean, you did yours professionally. I was a home seamstress. Sorry I didn't get around to answering your messages. Your message, I don't know, I just didn't, I'm sorry. So I think that's going to look all right. I think I've chosen the right colours to match that, and when that's done, I think it'll look really nice when you open it up. So what we've got to do now is get Mr. Green. And it's going on this page. There's quite a bit of stuff going on here. I could do with a bit of cardboard or something.
Cardboard?
Like you know, like proper cardboard.
Quite firm.
Yeah. It's just a bit lumpy here. I think I might have problems. Yesterday's page was nice. Yeah, I'll try that. That might do the trick very nicely. Yeah, I think so. There's so much stuff on yesterday's page. Let's see if I can flick those out of the way. Right, so is this gonna fit it on? Yeah, it's going to be quite tight to that bend, but I'll watch it. So the thing that we have to do is work out where the magnet is going to go. And the magnet that we've got on will tell us where the magnet that we're about to put on wants to go. Whee, hello. So I'll just leave that one magnet there while I pop these away for safekeeping. I certainly don't want catkin to eat them. Right, so we've got our magnet here. That's all shut up like it will be in the book. So where does it will tell you. It will do that. That's what it will do. So when it's stuck in, yeah, that's lovely. Right. So take that off. Let's glue up the back here. Let's get it stuck down in. I hope you've enjoyed today. I hope I haven't put you off with loads of measurements and stuff. Well, I hope that you like it, and I hope that you think it's worth having a go at it. But like I say, the prompt for today is stamps. So, and using the journal boat paper, which of course you don't have to do. You don't have to use journal boat paper. But the prompt is stamping. So if you could try and make a page that's got stamping on it, then that's perfectly fine. You're up to date for Mr. Green. You don't even have to colour them in. You know, you just stamp. Make a page that includes some stamped element. And you are bang up to date then, you know, with Mr. Green. Right, let's get this on. The right way would be helpful. So leaving a margin all the way around. Try and make it square. I'm a bit further over this way than I normally am, but that's because I've got this, the fold of the book here. Right, I'm going to clip that down once I've finished. Oh, that's not too bad actually at all. Right, so what do you stop rolling on my desk. What do you reckon, guys? There. Let's pop yesterday's stuff away in there, and this is today's. So it's a flip, it's a flip, which is really pretty. Lots of journaling, because we've been a bit remiss actually, haven't we, with the journaling? Just hasn't happened. That goes there, and then behind that we've got this lovely big journaling card here that we'll colour in before tomorrow. So there we go. I hope you like it. You could, of course, carry on and decorate this page, this front flip, if you wanted to. I might, I don't know. I really fancy putting white lace down there. I think it would look really, really nice. And pretty much that's it though. So decorate or whatever. Oh yeah, Mr. F's holding a thing up to me like a stage manager saying date. I need to date it. I think I'll put it down here because there's plenty of room. What is it? The 4th?
You're just asking for a date.
Oh, you were asking for a date. 4th of September 2021. Excellent. So there you go. As I say, you could carry on decorating this to the nth. I'm pretty sure I'm going to put some white lace down there. I just think it would look gorgeous. And who knows? Who knows? But that's your decision. That's the nuts and bolts of the thing. You make it or not make it in whatever way you feel free. Feel free to do that. But if you are going to do it like me, you're probably going to have to watch this again, I'm afraid. Because there's a lot of do this before that, before that, before that sort of goes on with this. Anyway, that's Mr. Green for today. So that brings us, put your lid on your glue. That brings us to rolling for the designer for tomorrow. I can't say I hope it's somebody, because I love them all. That's why I've chosen them. Right, come on, let's see what we've got. 6. Oh, Tracy Fox, Artie Mays, a wild card. That says to me it could be pretty much anybody, anything. So I'll just put a tally mark down there. So it could be anything tomorrow. Tracy Fox is very good grunge, as is Artie Mays. The wild card could be Edith. Could be anything. It could be absolutely anything, couldn't it?
Could be one of your own.
Could be one of my own. So there you go, guys. Thank you so much for sticking with me. I appreciate that what we've done is not everybody's cup of tea, but I love it. I really do. And it might be worth even do part of it. Try and do part of it maybe. Just maybe the tummy tuck on its own. Stick the flips down underneath the tummy tuck and decorate it up, and you'd still have flips and whatever. So there's loads of ways to interpret and reinterpret that. What can I say? Thank you so much for joining me. I hope I haven't sickened you. Oh, Mr. Button wants to say goodbye. Goodbye, Mr. Buttonhead. I think he's died, actually. Looks like he's kind of died there. He's got something going wrong with his pelvis, I think.
It's because he dangles and dances if you shake his head.
Oh, does he? Oh. Lovely.
A lot of thought goes into these schemes,
Okay, guys, I shall hopefully see you tomorrow, 4 o'clock UK time. I'll be doing something that's, I'll do something that's just not as complex. Let's have a read. Pearls. Pearls would be great. Oh, yes. Oh, thank you, Erin. Page yesterday was blue. Yeah, Judy, do something different. I always watch your videos at least twice. Well done, Bernice. Thank you. Amazing live today. Thank you so much. Hoping everybody has a wonderful Saturday. Thank you, Kyung. Jen S. First page done. Excellent. Well done. Mike, thank you for watching. Roz, thank you. And thank Jim. Hi, Jim. Bye, Mr. Buttonhead. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. Take care until then. Thanks for joining us. Bye.
Bye, take care, be safe, be happy, see you soon.